And we're back! We're back with another episode of Let's Play Shit That Doesn't Stick to the Wall. I'm your host, the RPG Guy. Oh wait, Final Fantasy XIII, that's what we're playing, I'm sorry. I keep forgetting, I don't know why. And where we last left off, we were digging around our way through the this airship, trying to get the big bad. For reasons. And reasons which I'm sure he will go into a diatribe to explain to us. Or rant, or, you know, whatever you want to call it. Lecture. Monologue. Alright. Alright, let's keep moving. And you can just run right by him, but we'll pick a fight. Let's go to bully mode and remove the loving buffs that they put on themselves. It must take, I think, all 3 tiers for her to cast that. Let's even the odds here. She needs to do one more, and then we'll start our big assault here. Relentless assault. To get the... And then we'll go with ruthless aggression, baby. Oh, what? And that actually worked out, because now we can go right over here and pick this one off. Sentinel can be a little overrated. If there are, you know, many fights. It's very situational. And to be fair, there are a lot of people who use the strategy of running a Sentinel in the party, so I shouldn't bash Sentinel too hard. You just notice I'm not using it very often. Where'd he go? Oh my god, we're running circles around each other. Come on. Because they're that easy to dodge if you want to. Get it? Dodge? Ha ha! I made the funny! Ha ha! We'll just stay on this. Aggression's really good when you only got one enemy left, too, to be fair. Because then you can double down like that. See, guys, it's a hallway gauntlet of death and destruction. Not gonna save him in time. Bonk on the head.
Be ready for the next fight.
Nice.
I think things are about to get interesting. This'll be interesting.
Let us even the odds, shall we? Which, yes, we'll draw this fight out a wee bit, but that's okay. Here we go. Seal.
Time for another approach.
Yeah, she's still got all her buffs. Let's do bully. And we just really need to get the defense down. There we go. We'll lay the proverbial smackdown on the Viking here. And again, we can look at this and just double check something, but we're good. Change to aggression, or as I like to call it, ruthless aggression. He's taking the damage rather well, isn't he? You see, the damage we're doing is getting higher and higher gradually. The more that stagger rate is going up. And looky there, made it through. Pandorian Spear. Again, we should start looking at some of these weapons now because they're becoming more intricate. Debilitation, improved debilitation, so that might actually be worth investing in a little later as well.
Attention all crew, code green. Repeat, code green.
Trying to be contrarians.
Stand by. Hostile forces on board, code green.
Get up. You're being moved. On your feet, scum. You too.
Yeah, Nugget! Get some! Get some! Perfect moment for that, but she didn't say it.
All right, time to split. Not run. There's a difference.
Gotcha.
Let's go.
Do I deserve to escape?
Oh boy, here we go.
What? You'd rather die?
What?
Because that's gotta scare you.
Wah!
Scares me so much. I think I might die of fright. So, I'll push myself to live even harder. I can just imagine Dodge laughing at me talking this nonsense. Right now, I'd do anything to see that smile. Stay positive. right?
Careful.
I forgot about this. Can't take me anywhere, guys. I don't think there's anything new for them to learn in the Crystarium. Nope. Okay, but we should start thinking about their gear now, too, because we're getting to a point where they're probably hurting for decent gear. Better maintenance. Base 163, 241 with only 4 levels. So we'll have to think about one of these for later. And for her binding rod versus the improved debuffing or the improved cure. To me, the improved cure would probably go a long way. So we'll probably want to work on that at some point. Probably not now, because we don't have a lot of stuff to level up with. But it is something we'll probably want her to have. And actually, to be fair, since we are at a save point, we could level it up just a little bit and make it on par with what she's already got. Let me double check the differences here, because it shouldn't take too much from the binding rod. Healer staff, she's 182 in strength and 177 in magic. So mostly being a magic caster, the strength probably isn't as relevant overall. So let's look into that. Whoops, I didn't mean to hit save yet. Let me see here. Upgrade. Where is it? Healer staff. What do we have? Silicone oil. You see it's very expensive. There's an XP boost. Okay. That's a big one. We're gonna start burning through stuff now. How far are we off? About a little under 100 off. So let's just do. That's about as good as they gonna get. Zaz is in control here, so let's do. His HP is pretty good at 1615. That's not going to help him too much right now. What we need on him is a doctor's code. And then for her... So it's only a slight magic reduction. And it lowers her physical wall by 5, but that's fine. But it gives her improved cure. We could do that for now. Let's make a save. As the game plays crazy jazz music.
You got this, Vanille.
We gotta work on this too. Not quite what I want. Keep forgetting right when we switch character groups we should look at paradigms to make sure they're what we want. We don't have a Ravager medic option. So there we go.
Huh? What's that?
It's a button. We're gonna press it. If you get out of the frickin' way. Oops.
We got this, Vanille.
Oh, that's right. He probably doesn't have water. Which is why we need to go Ravager soon. He might, yeah, Zaz may not have water. Could have sworn he did, though, but maybe not. He has a way to add water to his weapon, but... Yeah, he actually doesn't have water. Okay. That's fine. It's just, it was an interesting observation. Okay, so we got a couple different hallways to traverse here. Probably get a drop on that guy if we wait till he turns. Get him! And there it is. There we go. I'm like, I know there's a way to open this door. And there's a healer one and a non-healer one. Let's deal with it. We'll go after the healer one first. Which is, strangely enough, almost dead, because I think it's recycled from an earlier dungeon. And the game automatically makes you go after the other ones, which, why would you do that? You kill the white mage, in most cases. You go gun for the white mage. Oh. That's okay. I'd rather not die on a weird fight like this than, you know, have the fight take longer. Because, yeah, you get a score for how good your fight is, but in the same breath, it's like, who fucking cares? The Royal Armlet. Let's take a look at that, because I want to say there was one accessory that was really good. It gives physical and magic resistance 5%, and then that is actually pretty good because that's all damage. We're not going to apply it yet because we want to build it up before swapping it out, but I do believe... Oh, he's got a shaman mark on him. Never mind. Alright, now from here we have another hallway to fight through. which technically is optional, but we're going to take that option. Because we're going to take every opportunity we get for XP and leveling, we're going to take it. So we got dual healers, we're going to go right for them.
Follow the old man's lead.
Get some!
To the victor go the spoils.
See, right now we need like a bit more of a triumphant soundtrack or something.
This thing's gonna
Jazz music here is just kind of out of place. Not gonna lie. A little too relaxed. And if somebody's gonna tell me it's like Zaz's theme or Vanille's theme, it would never have occurred to me because I don't hear it. That we don't hear it often enough.
Code purple.
Looks like we ain't the only ones cleaning house. Could be Lucy.
Could be Fang. Come on, let's hurry.
Let's go get rescued.
No, not this time. For once in my life, I am going to save her.
Joke's on you. You guys are saving each other. Alright, let's keep moving.
Code purple. I repeat, code purple. Security breach. All units on alert. Code purple.
All these colors. What's it mean?
Means we're doing our job. Making a lot of SciComm guys nervous.
Who are they fighting?
Vanille.
Or maybe it's a revolt.
Neil's waiting.
Probably not, but it'd be funny if it was. Again, the Crysteriums on everybody should still be full. I don't recollect it changing, so we're good there. And more gauntlets. Oh my god, look at all these goddamn enemies. I forgot how big this place was and how redundant it was. So we've got two enemy types. We've actually been pretty lucky with these dudes. So we'll keep at it. Number one, they're easy to sneak up on, which gives us the, the early thing. But now there's three of them, making things a little trickier. So in my infinite wisdom, this could still be a bad idea. But we know what these enemies are weak against. Now, here's the other thing, too, is I think the CP from this is pretty good, but again, we're pretty overpowered, and this fight is... Look, we didn't even kill an enemy yet. And we staggered it. Normally, these dudes are by themselves with maybe a few grunts around them. The fact it's here with two other ones is it makes this a really dangerous fight. And an unnecessary one at that, but because we should be able to handle it, it makes it worth it to us because I believe the CP is going to be pretty good. Okay, but we need to kill these enemies as quickly as possible. In other words, we do need to heal, and we might need to burn a potion or two per one of these, but I don't remember how many of these there are, so I'm assuming there's going to be more, three group. And if there are, we'll be ready for it. And one down, two to go. Tastes like healing. And again, it's really easy. Well, now we could have sabotaged them. That's something we could have done. But you can see because of our levels, we don't need to buff ourselves and sabotage them, drawing this fight out a little longer. But you could do that. If that would be my sound strategies. If you open up this battle, you want lightning on medic, hope and fang buffing and debuffing the enemies until every enemy has been debuffed, pretty much, or at least until you've got all your buffs up, and then start working on them. Because by then, fang should have debuffed at least half the enemies. Go for the one with the freshest debuffing if you can keep your eye on it. But ultimately, it's whatever. We'll do double Ravager, because this is going to leave a mark on him. Hopefully. Hopefully it'll hurt him a bit faster here. So we're getting that stagger build up pretty good here. Yeah, this makes me feel like we're playing Grandia 3 in a way. In a way. And not the good part of Grandia. And there it is. That's why the double commando works. You just gotta get one enemy by themselves. 900 CP, probably not worth it. I'm not gonna lie, guys. And yeah, there's so many enemies here. I would argue that the only thing worth going for is easily going to be the chests, and then we make our way, you know, further into the dungeon area, so to speak. Big group battle here. This might be rough. Not good at group battle, large groups. For some reason, I lose track of what's going on. At least I'm willing to admit my faults as a player. It's the Vespers that are throwing the tornadoes out, so killing them off is probably the most important element here. One down. And we need to heal whether I want to do it or not. That was cutting it a little close even for me.
Keep a cool head. New strategy.
And there it is. But we're gonna try to. I'm gonna try to get all the chests in the area. It's hard to see them, so I'm gonna do the best I can to ensure that we get them. And I might avoid the 3 Viking fight just because it's so drawn out. If I can. So we get the pain dampener, which gear-wise I don't remember being that great. Power wristband could probably go at this point. We don't really rely on it too much. Resist pain, which is okay. Now this would bring her command skill back up, so maybe we'll do that. Her offense back up. That puts her commander level back up a bit. Okay, I see 3 of those dudes there. I see a chest there, and I know there's one equidistant kind of on the other side. There's not another chest this way, so let's go down where those 2 are. We'll try out that shell enemy for laughs, even though there's a chance it could kill us. Well, why not? We're having fun. And we should get to drop on these guys.
Keep a cool head.
There we go. I know we launched her, but now I want to use our aggression here.
Easy.
Either at pie. Might not get the drop on this one. Oh, we did. Let's do it.
We can win if we stay focused. You asked for it.
Now let's give him the old one too, shall we? Come back, Thermodon! Come back, Thermodon! Actually, not what I wanted. I wanted this. You know when he gets a chance, he's going to recover that shield. Or not. Oh, well that made that easy. He didn't bring the shield back. Thought he would. Not a lot of CP for that for as easy as we had it. Now, to be fair, we got the preemptive strike. And we get rhodochrosite. Now, there's going to be probably an item over there which I can see. But we know just as much there's an item on this side that we're going to want to take advantage of getting.
Let's get this over with.
So we'll clear out the center area of this dungeon, and then we'll work our way around.
Hardly worth the effort.
Again, there's another big, nasty fight down there that does not lead to what looks like the promised land of treasure, so we're going to ignore that. Big time. We're going to grab this perfect conductor. Good, that's a useful one. Now, if I want to get across, we got to fight that combo. Which, to be fair, I'd rather go where those flyers are and go that way. So I don't see a treasure ball there, so let's go this way. Because that fight on the right there is really easy, probably, if we get the surprise attack. If we don't, it shouldn't be too hard anyway. There we go. Ran right by him. Get the treasure. We get a white cape, which in normal Final Fantasy games is a status defense item, which for that is protects against fog. Again, what are you gonna do? Let's get the healers first,
We can win if we stay focused.
and worry about the big guy later. There's the stagger. Better put that up because we're about to get hit by that. And we'll heal, and then we'll give him the old one too. Almost got it. Then we'll bring on the pain train. Keep him stun locked. And there it is. I think we got all the treasure. And our goal would be to avoid fighting the three-plex enemy, that triplex of death. Because they're blocking the way we want to go here. So actually, the clearest way around would be to come around this end. Hopefully nothing respawned. Because if it didn't, then we're in the clear to get to the edge side here. Again, ignoring the big mobs. We can afford to avoid these mobs because, like I said, we could, like I've been saying with other things, we can grind that CP later if we really need to. But to fight those dudes is pointless. We fought them once. There's no reason to fight them multiple times. Unless you're a glutton for punishment. And I'm already playing this game, so I should not have to be a bigger glutton. Let's go for the soldiers first. And we'll remove the Thermodon's shell. Sounds, pretty straightforward stuff. Now imagine not having the CP. These fights would actually be really hard and drawn out. And easily would take you like a solid hour or two to get through here. Which, because we didn't stick around with that nonsense, we're actually... Because we leveled earlier, this is a non-issue. And that's why the grinding in this game, though the game doesn't necessarily make you do it, or there's not really a easy or noticeable reason to do it right away for a lot of people, that this game punishes you for not doing it to a technicality and to a degree. Because look at how hard these fights would be if you didn't have all the CP sorted out. We got extra couple hundred health, which is enough buffer for when we forget to do a few things, like, heal when we should, and we do a little bit more damage and a little bit of magic and physical damage, and we get access to more skills. Specifically, the skills we need to survive. Hence why I make such a big deal about it. Like, and we can afford to skip bullshit battles like those three Vikings.
Colonel, we've lost the intruders. That means we're code yellow. No, wait. Code blue? If we were orange, that would mean...
The escapees made it through! They're entering the engine room!
No. Damn the sea.
Intruders located. They're on the weather deck, starboard side.
Make it rain.
Desperate times demand flexibility.
In other words, he's got to take a big dump.
Code white.
What does that even mean? See, the color codes don't mean anything. It's again, it's kind of silly. Especially when the color codes, you don't understand why they call it that. And it looks like the power's down. As we are now in control of Zaz and Vanille. In another giant freaking room
What to do?
of mostly forced battles. I don't see a treasure sphere over here, so... And again, we've got lots of CP. So let's make a save. Again, you can see there's a center part and a perimeter part. And you have to ask yourself what's worth fighting your way through. And you get your choice, to a degree. Easy healer fights, or Vesper fights, which are a little harder. Now, a part of me believes there's going to be some good stuff in the center there, but I want to get it to the center area from a more advantageous standpoint than from the normal area you would probably get there from. So you'll see what I mean in a moment here. And again, these battles are not that productive because the XP, the CP from this is going to be very small. And totally grindable later. And then, so you'll see there's an entrance or a causeway or whatever you want to call it. A ramp over here. And then the question is, what's up here? I don't see anything of value up there. I see some treasure spheres down over there. But that would mean I'd have to fight these guys if I want to enter here. Why not just keep going around the perimeter? Oh, we didn't get the drop on these ones? Lame. Actually, that could be a palette swap of the one we fought earlier with the siren hat, but whatever. Give them the old beatdown. Speed this along, shall we? Looked like more damage to me. I could be wrong. Alright. And yeah, is anybody ever going to address it, the fact that Zaz's twin pistols turn what connected together to turn into a rifle? So see? Treasure sphere acquired. Now there's one on the far left side. It's got a Phoenix down, which is always good. So we're going to grab that one too. By going the right way through this area. So you ignore the nonsense in the center because that's either just wasting your time. Even if you can beat it, which we could, it's still a waste of your time. It's an absolute waste of time. There are better things that you could be doing with your time. Again, and like I said, the CP from it is only X amount of levels. You know, you're missing out. They're gonna give what? Those battles give maybe 1200 CP. That's one level. It's not worth it. There are, again, better ways to get it. And since we're ahead on CP, that's why we can afford to skip those fights. Which some people would argue, you can't skip those fights, but we can because there's no initial value to us to subject ourselves to really drawn out fights. Except that first one we fought against the three Vikings because, to be fair, I don't think there's a way around them. And even if there is, you got to see me fight it. So to show you we can do it. You know, the proof. And last but not least, you could always use a summon. Not that we would need to, but you could use a summon and get through the fight that way. So we'll grab this. We get a segmented carapace. I think a couple of them. I missed the number. I try to read the item more than I care about the number of them. So right now, really, it's not that pertinent to know. Alright. So we now have to fight a Thermodon by ourselves, which is fine. We'll open up with that, and then we'll switch to dual cast to try to bring him down pretty quick here. And yeah, we know what he can take. And he's resistant to everything.
Watch and learn, kid.
Just want to see what does more. His offensive attacks do more. Should be using that attack skill. Do one more set of ruins here. Ah.
We got this, Vanille.
Again, this enemy's supposed to be a little harder because we're short a character. Which is why that middle fight isn't worth it. It's straight up why it's not worth it. Even this battle's already drawn out enough.
Watch and learn, kid.
That's about the same amount of damage done in that format. He's probably gonna survive this yet again. Because we just don't do enough damage and we didn't really debuff him and buff ourselves. But we got him. Before he could re-carapace himself. So instead he just pissed himself. Ha 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 ha.
Well, isn't this great?
Let's get this one first.
We got this, Vanille. Go, girl.
Let's do this.
Don't give up. You can do it.
That's what I'm talking about.
Vanille, leave it to me.
Now let's get him. Should be enough to do what we needed to do. Yeah, see, that a lot more damage. That's not how many we saw, bro. Just saying. And I'm talking to the developer. You didn't need to show that many if that's what they were going to show us.
The wind, it's slowing down.
Yeah, it's stopping. And we're decelerating. They up to something?
I don't suppose it could just be, I don't know, good luck?
It's never that. You're never that lucky, guys. Come on.
You got a point.
Not to me. That we can do something about.
Oh, God. Same loadout. Same shtick. And as you can see, there's some behind us. Let's get the drop on these guys so we can go get that treasure sphere and then save so we don't have to come back. Getting the drop on them is a big deal, as you can clearly see. And just a big, fat, open area. With a whole lot of nothing in it. I think we still got the drop. Which is good. We're still going to go after the Vespid soldiers. The Vespid soldiers. They're the bigger threat. Because of they can pretty much stagger us. And I don't mean like in the game, but like they can literally stall our attacks and skills out. So getting rid of them first and foremost is going to be the more important than dealing with the Viking. The Viking we can take down with double commando once we get it staggered. Relatively quickly. Let's do this. We should be able to kill him. The battle is won. Whistle, wind, scarf. The one that casts auto haste or something. So that would improve it further. Ooh. Over the 50 damage. That's pretty good. But she loses that buff, so to speak, when going commando. Is there really anybody else who would benefit from this? Probably her. She gets 2 goodies out of that. Because it looks like it links with something else that she can do. But I don't know. That's a tough one. She's a candidate, so is Numbnuts here. We'll give it to Numbnuts for the moment. Just because I can't think of who it would be better on right now, and because Lightning is the party leader, and we need that doctor's thingy on her for sure. That kind of eats up a slot. When we get an opening later, I think we actually unlock another accessory thingy later. We'll exploit it even further then. So let's make a save, because saving's your friend. And I want to thank you guys for stopping by. Like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. Check out my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/ShacktarStudios for more live gaming action. And when we come back, even more Final Fantasy XIII. As you can see, I don't remember half of this dungeon. Other than that, we're still freaking here fighting through it. So anyway, thanks for stopping by, guys. And we'll see you guys next time.